Okay, welcome everyone. Let's kick off demo day. But before we do, I would just like to have an acknowledgement of country. So as we gather for this meeting physically dispersed all over APAC, but virtually constructed, let us take a moment to reflect on the meaning of place and doing so recognize the various traditional lands on which we do our business today. So I'm currently logging in from the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and I'd like to acknowledge the elders past, present, and emerging of all the lands we work and live and their ancestral spirits, and pay my gratitude and respects. So, what's going on today? We are the Hacker Exchange. So we like to bridge the gap between traditional education and the rapid changes in tech and work through immersive entrepreneurship programs. And the past 2 weeks, even though it's been virtual, has been an immersive experience for all of our student founders. We have lots of academic partners all across the globe with Monash University, UTS, San Diego. You can see them there. We've also won a couple of awards lately, which we're pretty proud of. And we have students and founders coming in from all over the world today. We have founders in Japan, in New Zealand, in Canada, and a lot in my homeland of Australia. So very excited to see what's on the cards for our pitches today. What a journey! Oh my goodness. So in the space of 2 weeks, we have run our very first ever APAC program. And that means we have been spending a different day in different ecosystems all across APAC. We've spent an afternoon in Hong Kong doing yoga. We've spent an afternoon in Bangalore meeting a whole lot of the group from the School of the Future. We've spent afternoons doing VR tours in South Korea, and also our APAC headquarters, Singapore, where we love to spend a lot of time with our friends of HEX over there. We have also, for the first time, delved into the land of New Zealand as well. So we've spent some mornings meeting with founders out of New Zealand, and you'll meet one of our judges soon from that beautiful country as well. So we have gone all the way from ideation stage. So literally coming up with an idea, solving a problem for the first time. We've gone through rapid prototyping. We've had talks from Google. We've had talks from Yabble and founders in New Zealand. We've had VR tours, and we've learned a whole lot along the way when it comes to getting a business off the ground. We've dealt with PitchSpot, doing our business model canvas. People have learned Figma. As you can see, we've crammed an awful lot into a 2-week period, especially in the virtual realm. So a little bit of Zoom fatigue, I'm guessing, but this is the final day, and this is the Pitch 5.1 Hacker Exchange Demo Day. Welcome, everyone. What a journey. So what's today all about? Our HEX 5.1 group will be giving a 3-minute pitch. There will then be 2 minutes of Q&A afterwards. We will have a small intermission break in the middle, and then there will be judging and announcement. Our CEO and founder of the Hacker Exchange will be doing the official announcement and wishing you all well after the pitches have finished. So, is everyone ready? Because I would love to introduce our amazing judges. So you might recognize a couple of faces. They've been friends with HEX for an awful long time. But I'd like to start by introducing our brand new friend of HEX, Cassie McAdams, who's the Investments and Community Manager at Movac, coming to us from New Zealand today. Cassie, I might hand it over to you if you just want to quickly introduce yourself and what you might be looking for in the pitches today.
Sure thing. Well, first of all, congratulations to everyone on the very hard work and journey they've been on recently. So my name's Cassie, and I work at a fund here in New Zealand called Movac. It's a $250 million fund. We invest from pre-seed all the way through to Series C, so full life cycle investment, and it's a mix of hardware and software investment. So what am I looking for? For me, the biggest thing is always the founders. So I'm looking for strong people with great passion for what they're working on.
Absolutely. We love to see passion in our future Hexies. I might hand over to you, Susanna. It's good to have a bit of social representation on the panel as well, because we have a lot of social enterprises and charitable ventures coming to the front. Susanna, who's the founder and director of Moral Fairground, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you might be looking for today?
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's always very exciting to be here. Yes, I'm the founder of Moral Fairground, and essentially we work with a lot of social enterprises and business with impact. Our role is to bring communities, businesses and individuals together to encourage engagement and enabling action to create positive impact. So we do conferences, events, speech competitions, awards, and festivals. So what I'm looking for in particular is the social impact, or whether it's economic, environmental, I'll sort of favour those, but obviously is demonstrating how some of these pictures can answer some of those big questions in this space. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Susanna. And to a woman that needs no introduction in the Hacker Exchange family, Juliana, the head of ventures at Draper's Startup House, a great friend of the Hacker Exchange. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you might be looking for today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think more than anything, Draper Startup House Ventures is, a program. We're not actually a fund, but we're a venture syndicate. And what we look to do is connect, founders with investment opportunities within our own Draper network and our over 100 other venture partners, from anywhere from ideation all the way to Series C as well. So I think more than anything, I always look to see the right product at the right time with the right founder, and just mostly to be inspired. So good luck to everyone. And yeah, I'm excited to see all the pitches.
Fantastic. What a wealth of experience on the judging panel today. And also, can I say, the first ever all-female judging panel we've had at Hacker Exchange. So ladies to the front, absolutely loving it. But it's not about us today. It is about the HEX 5.1 cohort who have worked so hard to be here. So let's get started. Ooh. All right. Let's bring our first I was about to say our first contestant, but our first member of the cohort to the front. Can I please ask for the wonderful map to find in the crowd? Let's see who's up first. Drum roll. Oh, it's Nicholas J. To the front, please. Here to talk about all things. Oh, actually, I don't want to give it away, do I? Come on, Nick J to the front. So what we'll be doing is all of our cohort will be coming onto the panel, and then they will be sharing their screen and they will be giving their 3-minute pitch. I will do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then go. There will be a 3-minute pitch. I will cut you off if you go over 3 minutes, and then there will be 2 to 3 minutes of questions after that. So if you have a question on the judging panel, you can raise your hand and I will hand it over to you. And unfortunately, it's not a long amount of time, but it's 2 to 3 minutes of judging. Nick J, how are we doing?
Good to go. There's no access on video, but share screen is okay.
That's okay. Your video should be starting about now, and we do see your screen.
Alrighty, won't be a second, sorry. And can you let me know if that is full screen?
Yep, that is full screen now.
Cool. All good. If that's okay, I should be ready to go.
Perfect. Excellent. We will count you in then, Nick J, with you carry it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Australia is in the midst of a climate crisis, and it's hard to forget. In the last summer of 2019-20, we experienced our worst bushfire event in Australia's hottest year ever recorded. 3 billion animals were impacted, 3,000 homes burned, and 34 Australian lives were lost. We know that Australia's climate has already changed. The problem we face today, however, is delaying, defunding, and diluting climate action. Australia's climate crisis has become a communication challenge. Many of Australia's next generation are aware of this challenge, and they are making their voices heard. Thousands of Australian students have held strikes and protested in recent years demanding action on climate change. I want to tell them that we have been listening. I'm Nick from Eukaryote. My ambition is to see that every Australian student can access quality environmental education and discover current climate change solutions firsthand. Eukaryote was started by students for students. We create hands-on STEM activities that engage classrooms in emerging technologies, starting with the importance of the invisible world of algae. We have developed algae bioreactor kits that are aligned to national and state curriculum requirements, and we translate cutting-edge science for students and saves busy teachers on time. These fun experiments can easily be used in any classroom. Simply scan, watch, and discover. So I hear you ask, why start with algae? Well, every second breath you take is thanks to algae. In fact, it literally produces more than 50% of the Earth's oxygen. The global algae industry has a projected value of US 44 billion by 2024. Algae products can transform old industries into sustainable ones, including biofuels, pharmaceuticals, fabrics, and food. Through a eukaryote experience, students will discover careers, technologies, and climate solutions that can be developed using the power of algae. So about me, I come from an awesome team at UTS in Sydney who joined forces in August. With a background in research, communication, and environmental biotechnology, I'm complemented by my team in design, marketing, and business. The past few months have shown me there is a real interest in our approach to climate communication and engagement. We've formally partnered with the New South Wales Deep Green Biotech Hub, connected with experts from the CSIRO and New South Wales Government, and successfully sold 12 kits to a Sydney school for $780. Our biggest fan, Dave, even sends us updates of his algae adventures with 5-year-old daughter, Laura.
30 seconds.
Our next step is to connect with teachers and schools and collaborators to test our workshops and trial in Australian classrooms. Eukaryote algae kits and virtual content sell for $65 per unit. In early next year, we plan to sell direct to a handful of schools in Sydney and grow using classroom feedback and referrals. In combination with revenue and grants, we intend to acquire funding for marketing and development for additional workshops. Eukaryote can then provide experiences and an annual subscription model to multiple years and subjects within schools. By aligning with STEM and sustainability curriculum, we are well positioned to target more than 10,000 schools nationwide. Thank you.
All right. Now, we did give you a couple of extra seconds there because you are the first off the rank, which is always a, a scary position to be in, but well done, Nick. Now, I think you should have the ability to turn on your camera now. There we go. There's Nick. Awesome. Ready for some questions. Now, who would like to ask Nick a question? Cassie, Susanna, Juliana, if you want to raise your hand.
I can ask a question. Nice one, Nick. Great presentation. What's it like selling to schools in Australia? Like what's the sales model? Do you sell to individual teachers, or is it at a state level, or how does that work?
So in our experience so far, it's been a bit of a combination. Direct sales to schools, so through referrals, through alumni connections, through regional connections, are sort of the lowest friction point of sale. But there are quite a few educational sort of bodies out there that promote engagement into schools. So they're sort of like connectors into schools, and they can often be the ones that are well equipped with sort of the marketing and sort of that real expertise in the industry. So that drive into schools can be sort of direct and sort of indirect as well.
Cool. Hey, Juliana?
Yeah, so I just have a question, just sort of on the way that you guys are structured. Are you guys a nonprofit? What's sort of that structure look like? And on the other part of that, what exactly does an effective execution look like for you as a benchmark for, the climate crisis? How are you measuring your success? Why are you, more or less an effective solution?
So I'll start with your second question. So in terms of sort of why we're doing this at all, obviously we're not sort of under the illusion that the algae kits in and of themselves are a climate solution, but the main goal that we're aiming for is sort of the engagement with cutting edge research, and so that translation from sort of university level and government level solutions into classrooms, and that real engagement and education experience for the students that are really interested in. Majority of the conversations that we do end up having are about future careers and engagement more so than exact technologies. So there's a lot of interest in that space when we actually talk to students. Pardon me, you'll have to remind me of your first question.
Well, and unfortunately, you got lucky on that one, Nick, because we are out of question time. So well done, Nick. Yay.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks so much. All right. Now, I did put a hint as to who's up next in the chat, so watch out for that if you're waiting for your name to show up. But we have Milan to the stage, please. So, Nick, if you want to stop sharing, we will demote you. Oh, you're already gone. Fantastic. Now, Milan, are you able to share your screen, please? And you
Sure.
should.
Do you want my video on as well at the same time?
Yes, please. Would love to see your face.
Awesome. Alrighty. Hey, everyone.
There you are. And as soon as you get your screen up, we will get started.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Looking good. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Through COVID, I watched my 85-year-old Nana, who previously cooked and cleaned for many households, fall into a depressive slump. Constantly seeking human interaction, she relied on her family to spend time with her. However, commitments to work, study, sport, and friends made looking after her near impossible. Isolation has significantly impacted the mental health of all Australians, stripping many people of their sense of purpose, particularly those who have retired or live alone. Knowing your purpose increases your lifespan by up to 7 years. I want you to think about your life purpose. What is it? For many older Australians, their identity is still rooted in their past work life. What is their purpose now? How can they redefine it? Current government and volunteering initiatives don't provide the depth of psychological support our society and economy desperately need. Students are not engaging with online learning, and subscription services such as Udemy or Skillshare are overpriced. Effective educational programs which deliver critical information on mental health to older Australians is almost non-existent. Most importantly, we are experiencing wide-scale generational disconnect. CODA Australia, alongside our federal government, have acknowledged these absences and are currently seeking solutions to preventative healthcare which minimises social detriment. As a solution, I'm developing a program which connects younger and older generations of South Australians through skills-based learning. Mentors typically comprise of retirees or those living alone, enabling them to regain their sense of purpose and share their skill sets with younger generations. Learning will follow a hybrid digital face-to-face format through our web app, which is designed for intergenerational usage by implementing features from sites frequented by older age groups. Mentor training and support services specifically designed around increasing digital fluency, online messaging within the app, and the integration of Tuple and Zoom are all key program features. In-person mentorship enables students to form the relationship with their mentor necessary for deep learning, whilst our online space provides access to 24/7 support, as well as the digital tools which have enabled us to connect in physically distanced environments. As a mechanical engineering and computer science student whose critical hands-on components were taught and assessed virtually, I am in a position to reinvent and surpass current hybrid models utilised by our major learning institutions. I'm also able to connect with younger generations in a way that larger organisations simply cannot. As I'm developing the app myself with the guidance of a PHP full-stack developer, web app programming costs are minimal. Monetization of the program for its ongoing development is being explored with minimal subscription costs or one-off payments requiring small-scale testing. I'm looking to develop relationships with potential program partners in the mental health, aged care, and edutech sectors to establish volunteer insurance for safe learning environments. Next, I am planning to connect with local councils, state departments, and university alumni to produce a small pool of mentors within regional Adelaide for the beta program. Thank you for your time.
And right on 3 minutes. Well done. Okay, who has a question for Milan, please?
Just me, just the financial modeling. Can you go through that again? How is this going to be sustainable?
So I'm currently looking for grants and support from local governments, organisations which really support mental health and aged care, because as it's more non-for-profit and the subscription would be to sustain ongoing development, it would really be it's a community-based program, right? Like we want to get the community involved because it's a large problem. And so looking into those spaces for kind of ongoing partnership and support would probably be the most viable option to start with.
Okay, one more question. Cassie, Juliana, anything for Milan?
Yeah, do you have, so I saw that you sort of have your landing page. Do you have any current signups? How have you, more or less tested this? Do you have interested, because it's kind of a marketplace on both sides here. So what does that interest look like?
Totally. So I've contacted, because I'm family friends with the CEO of Anglicare, and I explored this problem in depth. And they thought that it would actually be a really good initiative and have started to develop interest. I've also gone through a lot of the parish systems and have received feedback or informal feedback from a lot of retirees or people in the older age groups, saying they would love to share stuff like bookbinding and like music and stuff like that. In regards to the students, I've posted in Overheard at University of Adelaide, Facebook groups like that, and I've gotten kind of a couple of hundred people saying, I would love to be mentored. I don't enjoy the current university system. I'm not learning skills, and I don't like the Skillshare kind of Udemy costs or, their kind of programs that they offer. So.
All right, Milan, taking on the university system, one person at a time. Well done. Awesome. Okay, that's 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Well done, Milan. Now you would have seen in the chat, next up, all the way from Canada, so who knows what time it is there, but she's done incredibly well with the program time difference. Can we have Honorata to the stage, please? Honorata to the stage. There were a couple of social events that went quite late in the evening for Honorata. All right. Now you're being promoted to panelist now. You're a co-host. You should be able to turn your camera on. There she is.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Fantastic. And once your screen sharing starts, we will get the 3 minutes underway.
Okay, I am ready to go.
Fantastic. And over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
By 2050, 1 billion people will have to relocate due to climate change. It's gonna have a huge impact on our political and economical systems, and it's gonna affect everyone. Young generations are aware of that, and they often feel guilty because of their inaction, and often they feel anger for the governments for their inaction. I want to create an application that could help people change their habits so that they can live more eco-friendly. The application would concentrate on small actions, but it would show the impact of compounded actions altogether. And while applications like that already exist on the market, they rely on users having to input information manually, which is time consuming. I am proposing utilizing bank statements and grocery store receipts, as well as data available from the government websites to calculate the carbon footprint correctly and easily. And this is the prototype of the application. The survey may still be needed to fully estimate the carbon footprint of the user. However, it won't be as time consuming. Also, this just shows how the goals could be set up and how the user would be communicated whether the goals were met or not. While I was researching the issue, I conducted a survey that showed that 93% of responders would like to reduce the carbon footprint, and that 74% would be willing to share the sensitive information to do that. Also, majority of the surveys say they would be willing to pay more than $5 a month for that application. If we were to charge $5, we would make 100,000 revenue over the first year of deployment. That would be just in Canada. Our next step would be moved to the US market, where a recent survey found that 77 million Americans would be willing to spend $20 or more per month to offset the carbon footprint. So far, it's just me. My name is Honorata, and I love nature. I currently work for the local parks department. I'm also studying computer science, so I would like to bring my expertise to help people like me learn better habits. I'm asking for a team of co-founders, somebody experienced with the technical aspect of it, as well as the marketing and a security specialist. Thank you for your time.
Well done, just on 3 minutes. A huge problem that you're trying to tackle. Who has a question for Honorata, please?
Well done, Honorata. Definitely a useful solution. Have you looked much into how big the market is, or what the competition is for this? Are there
So yes,
doing the same?
there are quite a few competitors at the moment. A lot of them are sort of concentrating on just one area. So for example, shopping at eco-friendly businesses. There are a few that try to tackle different issues like food, like transportation, but they still heavily rely on users having to input what they had for dinner last night, which I tried it and it was just too time consuming, and I stopped using it because of that reason.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Cassie. Is there another quick question, Juliana or Susanna? Susanna.
Yeah. Can you just explain a little bit more how consumers don't have to enter the data? How do you know?
Yeah. So, sorry.
Yeah. Just a bit more on that.
Yeah. So actually bank statements have a lot of they basically have all information on customer spending. So things like gas station bills, we could estimate how much what the emissions are from the car that way. We could also get information on the utility bills. We could also see if they're already shopping at an eco-friendly businesses, and we could try to push that idea more onto them. Not push, but like encourage them to shop at more environmentally friendly places too.
Fantastic. Well done, Honorata.
Thank you.
Well done. And I think we have Nick A to the stage next. Oh, and he's already here. So Nick A, who's gone on quite a journey in the past 2 weeks, will be presenting shortly.
Hi.
Hi. 1 second, Nick.
All right, cool.
Right. We can see you. You've got a lovely green, beautiful background.
Thank you. All right, cool. Can you see me?
Yeah.
All good? Am I coming in clearly?
You are coming in clearly, and we have
fantastic.
slides.
All right, cool.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Over to you, Nick.
I came into this program wanting to find a way to beautify cities, to promote public art. And I developed a program for this, an application that would allow people to like redesign aspects of the city and then send it through, and then we'd use AR so they could see it through their phones. But I was really something was wrong. I was just so stressed and anxious constantly. And it was during a session when somebody asked, what do you want to be famous for, that it clicked. I'm not passionate about the startup world or the business world. That's not where my interest lies. What I want to do is write. I want to create. That's what I want to do. And that is what I have realized. Over the course of a year, I wrote a novel, primarily as a response to COVID, but primarily just as a way to deal with quite a bad depression that I had found myself in, as a way of honestly keeping myself alive. And the novel itself, this is the opening lines of it, is a coming of age story mixed in with some magical realism about a guy who's been dominated by powerful figures his entire life. And then one night, while his friends are doing cocaine on a kitchen bench, he finally reads a novel. He finally reads a letter that his late aunt had sent him that reminds him, that basically tells him life's short. You got to go out there and do what you want. And this spirals him into an existential crisis and a deep depression. But with that, also the realization that that within him are the tools he needs in order to grow and have a great life, if he can access them and meet great people and have great opportunities, something I personally learned over the last 2 weeks with all these wonderful people in this program. In terms of how I'd want to get it published, I have to say here it's a long-term plan, so probably not next year, possibly the year after that, while I'm editing it. In the meantime, continue writing, continuing publishing, build up some notoriety so people are like, hey, I remember that guy's stories. I really like them. I'm going to read the novel. In terms of how I get it published, ideally editing and publishing house, because they can help with marketing and PR and things like that. But If it's self-published, if that's the route I go, a guy made $400,000 on Amazon last year. They have a great analytical tools. I'm totally fine to do that. And there's a whole bunch of marketing things down there, social media, Goodreads to get reviews and launches and things like that. And even commissioning straight up just to like promote it. In terms of the customer, target market, it's for the Australian market, young adults and 20-year-olds. But if I could find someone who is in a similar position as me, and with that novel, take them through it and give them the idea that yes, they can survive, they can get through it. That is what I would love. Customer journey, very simple. They find the novel through all the variety of things mentioned there, and they really enjoy it. In terms of customer retention, it's just simply continue writing, quality writing, maintain brand, don't pull a JK Rowling, and respond and engage with fans. In terms of what I'm asking, or say if you have any contact in the area, any editors or publishers, I'd love to speak to them. Otherwise, this is the contact information. Just keep engaged, and when the novel comes out, read it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nick. It's been a massive couple of weeks for you. So we're incredibly proud that you've managed to find your true passion in life. And if that's what you've taken away from the program, that's something that we are very, very happy about. In regards to the novel, Cassie, Susanna, Juliana, do you have any questions for Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I think, a book can be treated like any other content piece to monetize on. Besides the publisher, if you're self-publishing also, have you thought about that? What are your what are your avenues? What are your channels? And do you have any other avenues to promote the book? Because at any rate, you're the business, right? The book is the business. And what are your other content schemes, shows, TVs? What does that look like?
So in answering the first question, I think there are things you can do. I think Wattpad is one of them. And I think the Kissing Booth, which was a big film on Netflix, was based on a book that got published through that site. So that's one thing that you can do, one thing I could look at. Another thing is Amazon. That's developing quite a big community of self-published authors, especially with the launch of Kindle Unlimited, where you can get access to lots of different stories and things like that. And yeah, those would be the primary things. Or even just setting up a website and then doing it through installments that way, and then just promoting those through social media channels. And in terms of also in the promotion that you mentioned, one of the big things it would be if I had if there was a published company, but focusing on self-publishing, through Goodreads would be a good way to do it, because it has 65 million users. And that's a good way that you can, interact with people. You can get reviews, people can quote the book. They can say, I really like it. And then they can use that to recommend it to other people. Otherwise, it would just be through continuing to write and getting out short stories and poems and things like that. And then through competitions and awards and things like that. So you build up notoriety so that people read the book and they're like, hey, I really like this person's short stories and things like that. Writing is very sort of long term.
I think we are at 5 minutes, Nick. Well done. What a journey you've had over the past couple of weeks. And as speaking of customer bases, I'm pretty sure there's some HEXI alum out in the crowd right now who'd be, very much looking for reading a novel from a fellow HEXI as well. So well done, Nick. Big couple of weeks, and good luck with everything. Keep us posted. All righty, we have the wonderful Steph to the stage now, taking a little bit of a U-turn. Steph came to me and she said, "Oh, I really hope that there's, there's one female judge on the panel for my particular business." And I said, "Steph, don't worry about it. I think you'll be fine." So Steph, say hi. Share screen, ready, and over to you when you are.
Hi, can you hear me? Because I have a feeling my AirPods you can hear me? Perfect.
Oh, good.
Great.
Perfect, screen is good. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
When I was a little girl, my grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was at that moment a whole wave of uncertainty and a whole heap of choices had to be made. Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm the founder and CEO of Arula, where we're giving choice and dignity back to women. In 2020 alone, over 20,000 Australian women have been diagnosed with breast cancer. That's over 80 new cases every day, over 3 new cases every hour, with over 60% of these women needing to have some sort of breast surgery. But it isn't just Australia. 1 in 9 women worldwide will undergo a mastectomy due to breast cancer. Right now on the market, there are two options: reconstructive surgery, which is expensive, extremely painful, and women have to wait up to 2 years to even get, or breast prostheses, forms that fit into your bra, don't have a large range of sizes, overly structured, and extremely heavy. That's where we come in. Our solution is for women by women. We have designed custom-made breast prostheses fitted for weight, shape, and movement. Our prostheses are 75% lighter than anything on the market. They're 3D printed so that they can be fitted to anyone's body, and they're comfortable to be worn every single day. We've learned that a lot of our women live in rural areas. Therefore, we've designed our process to be as easy, efficient, and as accessible as possible. By using 3D photogrammetry on any smartphone, we're able to scan an accurate model of this woman. We can then match it up to one of our ready-made sizes, send it back to her for feedback, and once she's happy, we can print it off and ship it out to her, and she can get her own pair of breast prostheses. The best part is our product is completely free. It is 100% rebated through Medicare in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and 80% in the US. Every single one of these rebates renews every 2 years so that women can get a new pair of prostheses which can account for any changes in shape and weight. I'm Stephanie, I'm the founder and CEO. I have a background in product design and software engineering, but it isn't just me. I also have a strong team of advisors behind me with over 20 years in breast cancer experience and startups. Right now, I'm finishing up filing the patent and I've got 60 women ready to test our products leading up to our launch in early 2021. So how can you help? By giving us introductions to breast surgeons and clinics, or just by signing up to our mailing list and supporting us on social media. We are Ruler, and we are giving choice and dignity back to women. Sorry.
Well done, Steph. I'm sure our judges will have some questions here. Cassie, Juliana, Susanna, raise your hand if you want to ask Steph a question.
I can ask a question on the product, Steph. So tell me a little bit more about how the ordering process works. So they take a photo, but then it gets sent to you for just a standard sizing. They can't just order the standard sizing straight away.
So a mastectomy is not necessarily a clean cut. The movement towards breast conserving surgery is very much increasing, meaning that the surgeons try to keep whatever is still left on the human's body and isn't a cancerous tissue on the woman's body. So the issue is actually the breast prosthesis now flat. So 3D photogrammetry, the easiest way to explain it is, I guess, Face ID. It's essentially taking a series of photos on an axis, and then it will produce a 3D model. So through my research, I found out there's only 36 possible weights and sort of sizes a woman's breast can be. So by getting that model and then pairing it up with one of our ready-made sizes, obviously some of the constraints will be moved a bit, but it will heighten the quickness of the process. But at the end of the day, it's a fully customized product.
Got it. Okay, that was the piece I was missing, and well done. I think this is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, unless there's a very quick one, I think we have hit 5 minutes. Well done, Steph.
Thank you.
All right, Eleanor to the stage next. Fantastic. Thank you, Steph. Eleanor, I see you, and get ready to share your screen.
Hey guys.
There you are. Hello.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, hold on. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Elena Nguyen, and I am the co-founder of Afolio, a social networking platform that connects people to collaborate on ID projects. Before I start, I would like to bring up this question. Why do we use social media? Is it to communicate, to feel validated, to gossip, or any other reasons? Yes, all of them are right, and it goes back to our basic needs as human. But at Afolio, we also want to explore another aspect of human capabilities, which are imagination and collaboration. Many of us in this room have great ideas, some already working on that or planning to work on that. We simply want to give these ideas a name, the gig projects, and some other people make the decision to partner up. But finding project partners was not easy, and the potential of current networking options fell short. Let me tell you why. The current ways of finding project partners are through one-time networking events or temporary community pages, or even through the niche platforms that are built for one group. The listed two problem is only limited to a local context with very, very small user base. And because it has very small user base, if this is a second problem, there are less chances for idea discovery and cross-collaboration. So our solution is we want to build a platform that is open to all groups of people with ideas, and we want to use social media mechanism to encourage collaboration. Instead of the plain text-based job boards, talking about the projects, we want to bring in the video messages feature that express cultural fit. And there are no companies doing similar things as us right now. When you have an idea, you film yourself doing an elevator pitch, and other people interested in that idea can chat and ask to join. If you think they are the right fit for your project, you approve them after a few times getting to know them. In just 2 months in without running any ads, we already got 30 pre-sign-ups. We broke down the groups into the founders, the researchers, the musicians, and the hobbyists. It is hard to tell how big the potential market is because just like the start of any social media, but we know that there are potential and there are still lots of unexplored areas out there. In 2020, the social networking market size is $52.7 billion and it rises 15% every year. We don't know how many in this user are the creative people with ideas, but our vision is to get to 100 million users in the next 4 years. Our revenues come from ads and analytical tools for businesses. Working on this is me, Elena, alongside with Dad, the CTO, and Evelyn. In just 3 months, we came from ideation to validation, and we're launching our beta app in 3 weeks. So if you're interested in our project, please sign up now. Thank you.
Right on 3 minutes, and I can see your prototype was getting an awful lot of love in the chat, so well done.
Yeah.
All right, who has a question, please, from our judges? I'm going to throw to one of you. Cassie, you look like you've got a question on the tip of your tongue.
Oh, I didn't actually, but I think, how will you, I guess, screen people, or will there be, I guess, how do people find the most likely match for themselves? Is it ranked, or how does that happen in the back end? Or is it just a searching tool and you search through millions of people?
Oh yeah, so we learned that if the traditional matchmaking platform, there are very less chances if you discover this person or another idea that you want to try. But with this platform, it's pretty much like a TikTok. You learn through time. The algorithm learns through time. So yeah, for the start, people just like browse through the ideas, but later on, the machine learning will learn what they like or what they don't like, and there will be more recommendation to fit their areas of interest. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Eleanor. We will demote you back into the crowd now, but absolutely beautiful looking prototype there. Thank you so much. Okay, Vivian, I believe you're coming up to the stage next. So Vivian, if you want to start to get your screen share ready, you'll be able to.
Hi.
Vivian, hey. All right.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. There we go. Vivian, ready. And over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, so my name is Vivian, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about YTG, which stands for Youth Transformed Group. The problem that I've identified on this journey is that high school female students tend to have a lower participation rate due to low self-esteem, physical abilities, or anxiety. And the market research that I conducted indicated that the barriers include a non-beginner friendly environment. It was intimidating. There was a lot of gender discrimination, and it was really competitive. And so my solution to this problem is to build an organization that provides co-ed schools a sports and mentoring program for Year 9 girls. And our mission is to create a safe space for girls and motivate them to participate and continue participating in sports and fitness. In terms of our program structure, we'll start by building a team of mentors through a university internship model. And then we'll pitch the idea to students using assemblies. After that, teachers will get students to sign up using our website. And in terms of our program, we'll get the mentors to host mentoring sessions during school. That could also include yoga, mindfulness activities, camps, excursions, hiking. And by the end of this program, we hope that our girls will feel more comfortable and confident playing sports. In terms of our financials, we'll get half of our funding from health insurance companies and the business social enterprise grants. And in turn, we'll create healthier individuals in the long run, which will reduce their spending on healthcare. And the other stream of income is through our channel sales with educational institutions. These will improve their reputation and incentivize them to continue working with us in the future. So for the prototype, it was really hard to test out the service because it does take a while. It's not like a physical product that I can give someone to test out. I built this website where students and mentors can go on and check out more information.
30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. That's all.
All right, Vivian, helping get us a little bit fitter every day. I think after 2 weeks sitting in front of our laptops, we could all use a little bit of yoga, mindfulness, and team sport. Susanna, do you have a question for Vivian?
Yes. So this is not part of a curriculum, right? This is a separate entity. I'm just trying to understand how you're going to create this community, you know, I'm assuming Australia-wide, or how does it need physical presence in every school? Because it's quite a bit of undertaking.
Yeah. So I did do some market research, especially with the high school that I went to. So what they did when I was in school, and they're still doing it now, is reach out to organizations for sports days and sessions.
Right.
And so I was thinking more like local terms. I understand that this is something that is in demand because a lot of girls still feel this way. And yeah.
Okay.
So
another question is, so have you considered the participation? Is there anything to do with cost of participating or cultural? Is that something you've taken in consideration as well?
So I definitely believe that it's more cultural than cost, mainly because with the research that I conducted, it wasn't a matter of girls not liking sports. It was very, like, it was 50-50. And when you enjoy something, you tend to pay for the cost, no matter what it is. And so I think that these pressures really discourage girls from applying in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're at 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Vivian, trying to make us all healthier and better. I believe we have up to the stage next to Sonia. Here she comes. Well done, Vivian. Miriam saying, I wish this was around when I was at school. Yeah, I think a few of us could use it at the moment. Sonia. Okay, we can now see you.
Yep.
Sharp in the HEX T. As soon as you share your screen, we will get going.
Yep, sorry. Oh my God. Wait, just give me a second. I think my Mac's.
That's okay. You're probably giving the judges a couple of seconds of breathing room, because I know it's very hard for them to be judging and taking score in such a short.
I have to I have to quit and then come back to give my Mac access. Is that all right?
Okay, what we might do, if that's okay, is we will move to the next person.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, if you want to, I'm sorry, Matt and everyone working in the background, but if there's one person that could come to the stage without too much notice, I'm guessing it might be Baron. So from helping the girls to helping the boys, Baron is going to be coming to the stage and presenting now. So looking sharp and no notice as well.
Surprise!
Surprise. Okay, Baron. So if you want to share your screen, we will hand it over to you and you can tell us all about what you've got in store.
Yep. Sorry, just doing some little adjustments to make sure people can see who I am. All right.
No problem at all.
So, toxic masculinity. It's a real
screen.
Oh, I'm not sharing.
I'm not sharing your screen yet, but that's okay. We did put you on the spot there, so
right.
and Sonia will bring you back after this.
Yeah. Oh, and Jack, could you just do me one favor and not give me the 30-second warning, because I'll time myself as well. Just give me the cross when I'm done.
Absolutely, I can do that. Cross when you're done. Baron, over to you.
So, traditional masculinity, also known as toxic masculinity, is a real problem. It's the leading contributor to death and injury in women aged 18 to 44 in Australia. 2 women die at the hands of their intimate partner per week on average. I've been at parties where someone has returned to the party after being sexually assaulted, and I've had to take care of them. And we all have stories like that. And multiple stories like that. It's not good. And these ideas lead to worse things than just these awful things. They lead to extremism, and they leave the door open to extremism. And one of the issues is that there isn't a lot of primary prevention outreach. There isn't a movement to make men gentle and kind. There isn't really a big movement for this. Why not? I'm proposing a thing called The Quest. It's a series of men's adventure and culture camps to create this movement. And how does that work? We want to make it accessible and enticing. So let's say you go on this camp, you're invited to this camp, and there's actual heroes of the kind of thing that you're interested on the camp with you. Sports stars, athletes, perhaps powerful businessmen, someone who you look up to. That is Jimmy Crote, who's one of the top MMA fighters. He's in a traditional masculine space, and he's who you want to be if you're a man who doesn't necessarily know what being a man is. And we want these camps to be evidence-based, that use the best framework for change. We want to have that facilitated as well and open up spaces while you're hanging out with these heroes who are also going to be trained in creating these spaces for vulnerability and for inviting an intersectional idea of masculinity. And we want it to be effective, and that means evaluation, because that's the thing that does not exist in the men's behavior change space, evaluation. Just there's no ability to track and trace and improve what men's behavior change programs are doing. This is a really significant gap, a really big gap, and it's that we make it accessible to a general audience by targeting local clubs to start with, is how we get men involved in this movement. And by adding social capital, that you can gain a badge or some credit or honor, then we actually make it valuable to be a better man. Why should I be doing it? I'm a facilitator, a celebrant. Experiences are super important to me. I can talk about that later. So thank you for your time, and I'll take questions.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen failed business boy on a slide before, but I absolutely love it. A massive issue and problem that you're dealing with at the moment. And over to our judges. Do you have any questions for Baron?
I have a question. So I think, obviously the problem was very clearly stated and identified, but I just wanted to get your take on sort of, you said you were going to target social clubs to begin with. I feel like the individuals who should be in this program are not signing up for this program. I feel like there's a lack of self-awareness issue. So what's your sort of plan to get the people who actually need to be in this program
Yeah, that's a super important point. The idea is not to have this program be a men's behavior change program. The idea is that this is an adventure, a party camp. You can go and hang out with people that you admire. If you're someone who's into cricket and Shane Warne's on a camp with you, you don't care about the content. You're going to go hang out with Shane Warne. The vegetables are hiding in the meat. And that's to quote Jacqueline. Basically, this isn't overtly men's behavior change. This is overtly come and experience a good time with people that you think are awesome. So if you target a local soccer club, let's have 3 of our national soccer players there, and that you do activities with them and have a chance to actually talk in depth with them about what it is to be a man.
Fantastic. Thanks, Baron. Any last minute questions for Baron, Susanna or Cassie?
Well, for me, it's so those hero that you're bringing on board, you would have to do quite a bit of research on them, just in case they have any history. So you probably thought about that and have that planned. Is that right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And I've even tried to figure out the costs. And I think that one of these things about having these kinds of heroes and champions is really trying to identify who that's close to. And because it's so common, that does actually open up a lot of opportunity there. But the cost offsets I've also considered, because these kinds of things are expensive and training them is an expensive process. But that's something we can go into further. But I have tried to consider those costs quite a lot.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I see in the chat you've had an offer of perhaps some introductions to the AFL. So fantastic, all worthwhile. Thank you so much, Baron, for sharing with us over the past few minutes. And I believe we have Sonia back on board for her presentation.
Thank you all. Stop video.
Okay, Sonia, I think we've got your screen here, but we can't see you. So if you'd like to turn your camera on, we'd love to see you. And if you'd like to turn your mic on, we'd love to hear you as well.
Hello?
That's it.
Can you see my presentation?
We absolutely can. So you're back on board. And if you're ready, we will get going.
Okay.
Go.
I can start. My name is Sonia and this is my game.
Oh, Sonia,
hello?
We're having a few technical issues. Okay, what I might get you to do is just turn your camera off and we'll have your screen share and we'll have your voice. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
No problem. We'll start from the beginning. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Sonia Filipova, and this is my company, Junk Games. Oh, it's not presenting.
Yep, it is. It is. It's
okay.
It's going. Keep going.
Wait. Sorry. My internet's really slow. It's not like. Okay, I think. Yep, sorry. Okay, I think this should be good.
Okay, all right. We'll start. We'll give you one more shot to get through. So we'll start again in 3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Sonia Filipova, and this is my company, Junk Games. Let me tell you something. I am so sick and tired of trying to find a video game to play with my friends. Sometimes we nominate one of us to play a story game, and the rest of us watch it like a movie. Especially with the lockdown, all that time at home, the issue of having nothing to play really comes to bloom. And don't even get me started on when I try to play with my boyfriend. I've got him and his friends yelling at me to press like 10 different buttons in a specific order while I'm running around crying as everyone shoots at me. He hasn't invited me to play with them ever since that. But it turns out a lot of girls are with me on this. Only 4% of girl gamers enjoy tactical shooters, despite that being most of the multiplayer games on the market right now. This is a clear problem. Luckily, the team at Jonk have a solution for you. Introducing Fungi, a trip to remember. Our game will incorporate an artistic style, a color palette that sets a tone, and a storyline to keep readers on their toes. Simple combat is a must for our game. to ensure users of lower skill levels can enjoy the game just as much as pro gamers. On top of this, a player will be able to pick and choose their look as they unlock outfits throughout their journey. This way, users can set their identity and feel immersed. In other words, girls can play as girls. We plan to make money through online sales. Predicting our main platform to be consoles such as PlayStation, we count into the fact that we will make 70% of the sales. With our game being priced at $30 and predicting 21,000 people will purchase our game, we should earn $420,000 on release. On top of this, we will have in-game purchases to unlock costumes and weapons, $1 for each pack. The market entry level in the gaming industry is extremely low. More than 2.5 billion people play video games. The ever-growing industry gives us an opportunity for success. However, the simple point here is that competition is high. How do we make sure our game is successful? Well, unlike most of our competitors who build games to suit males, we do not forget about the other 52% of our users. In fact, their opinion matters. 75% of girls said they like adventure games, so we're going to give them an adventure. 0% of them like the styles of shooter games out right now, so we will give them an artistic style more suitable. We need a game that gamers, especially girls, can enjoy. And who better for that job than 3 gamer girls? We're creative and immersing ourselves in the skills needed to succeed. I've built this game idea in the past 2 weeks, growing it while utilizing user surveys, feedback, and mentor support. I am in love with solving the problem I proposed, and I believe it's time to stop waiting for someone else to make a game that I and a billion other players can enjoy with friends. Our passion drives us far, but we are all young students who need advice on how to succeed, especially with intense rivalry of the gaming industry. Mentorship and professional connections can really give a helping push for Fungi. In asking this, I'm happy to answer any questions or concerns you may have. Thank you.
All right. Well, it was definitely worth it. Few technical glitches at the beginning, but an absolutely beautiful looking slide deck there. So thank you so much, Sonia. Who has some questions for Sonia?
I can ask a question. Sonia, I think this is awesome. It's a massive market. I think it's a huge problem that you're solving. How would you fund it? Would you partner with an existing gaming house?
Yep, we've already got a plan for that, but at the moment we're just like in initial stages, so I decided not to talk about that here. But pretty much a lot of indie games make their funding off a website called Kickstarter. And I think that's a great way to not only promote your game, but to make funding off it and gain a following off that.
Yeah, great question. Thanks, Cassie. Anything from Juliana or Susanna? Nope. Okay, great. All right, thank you so much, Sonia. Well done. If you want to stop screen sharing now, we have one presentation left before a short break. So if I could please welcome to the stage Yokiyu Lee. Here she is. Well done, Sonia. And Yokiyu, awesome. Now if we get you to share screen, and then we will have a short, quick refreshment break. Grab a glass of water. Or, if you've already finished your pitch, grab a beer, glass of wine, cup of tea. Whatever you want. But first we have Yokiyu to take us through her presentation. Now we've got your screen sharing and we can see you, but we do need you to unmute yourself before we start. There we go. Ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect. Okay, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone. So the project I've been working on for the past 2 weeks is called Petite Design, and this is a fashion brand that is designed to empower petite women. And the problem I'm trying to tackle is the challenges for petite ladies to shop for clothing. And if you're a petite lady yourself, you would have experienced this, where when you try to buy clothes, it's either your sleeves are too long or your pants are too long. And even if you try to just cut 2 inches off the hem, it wouldn't work because the neckline would be too big and the armholes would be too big and the darts waist is not hitting the right places because the proportions are just not made for petite women. And This is actually because it is very difficult for regular brands to design for petites as well, and causing this limited selection available in the market. Because to redesign for a petite figure, you have to redo your paper design, and that can be very expensive and time consuming, and brands are not willing to do that. And overall, this is just a very underrepresented community. And my problem and solution is to build a brand that design apparel specifically to fit and flatter the proportions of petite ladies. And the key aspect of this brand would be collaboration collections with different individual designers and brands. And this will actually appeal to a huge demographic because there is a big shortage in the market. And the average height of most countries is actually below 5'5" and 5'4", which is in the petite category. And 93% of my market research respondents agree with the need for more petite offerings in the market. And how the business model works is through having innovative and unique designs through collaborating with the designers and different celebrities, and to market through this channel as well. And at the early stages, we'll be focusing on online sales and retaining customers until we have enough profit to fund for a physical store. And this is the competition landscape, where on the left we have some recognizable brands, but they only have limited selection of petite offerings. And on the right, we have a much very unsaturated area where brands only design for petites. And therefore, our competitive advantage is first to market to build extensively on collaboration collections, and a brand that is not that is putting celebrating petites instead of being an afterthought. And they actually have collaboration incentive because they can leverage on our expertise and customer base to test the market instead of having to launch it themselves at the first place. And this is a brief financing of how we go from this step, and we'll have to develop our first collection, and we'll also have to build a website and apps, and marketing and pre-order, and we use pre-order to fund our manufacturing and generate further sales.
3 minutes.
Yeah, this is it. Thank you.
Okay, and you got to the last slide just in there. Well done, Yokyu. All right. Who has a question? Are there any? I can see that there's a few petite women in the audience who are probably going to be some of your first customers. Is there any questions from our judges? Susanna.
I was just wondering if, I don't know, I'm not in fashion, so I don't know. Are clothes made the same way globally? Or is it designed different, for example, for the Asian market? And so have you thought of that?
Yes, brands do design a little bit differently for the sizes in the Asian market because proportionally it fits different. Other than just the height difference, there are some proportional differences as well. So they adjust for the proportions in the Asian market and the sizing.
And so you're going to look at all of those you're going to address those as well, those issues? When you say you've done your research, is it in Australia or globally?
The research is for globally, and
Okay.
the demographics includes Asians and also Europeans and Americans. And
yeah. Thank you.
Great, excellent. Thank you so much, Yokyu. I know that there's definitely some interest coming in from our chat, so keep us all posted of when you're launching. All right, that has been the first half of our pitches. I think we all need a short break. Our judges probably have been madly typing away, trying to get all of the comments and the scores in. So I think it's 5 minutes. Have a stretch. Get your mindfulness app out and do a quick 5 minutes mindfulness sesh. Judges, if you want to turn your cameras off for a few minutes just to give yourselves a little bit of a break, glass of water, and we might just put a holding slide up for 5 minutes and we'll be back shortly. Okay, everyone, 5-minute break. Let's do it. Or a dance break. Either one. Well done. Well done, 5.1. Okay, everyone, welcome back. If you have just joined us, we have finished the first half of the Hacker Exchange Pitch Demo Day. We have had the HEX 5.1 group talk to us about everything from novels to social enterprises, reducing your carbon, having all sorts of different backgrounds and all sorts of different presentations. We just finished up with Yokiyu talking about clothing for petite women. Not a problem I'm currently facing at my time in Japan. It was kind of the other way around where I didn't find a whole lot that fit me, but it's good that there's different clothing styles out there for all women in their different beautiful shapes and sizes. So we are now on the second half. I will be inviting to the stage Sam. Sam, if you're ready, come up to the stage and we will get going for the second half of the demo day. Sam, to the stage, please.
G'day, guys.
There you are.
Let me just share this.
Perfect. Now, if we can get a thumbs up from the judges, if you're ready to go. Thumbs up. Awesome.
Can you see that one?
Yes, we can. And Sam, you are ready to go. Excellent. Well, let's get this thing moving, kick off the second half. Sam, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Business plans, registrations, memorandums, confidentiality deeds, IP assignments, and privacy policies. I'm sure you all know what they are, but approximately 87% of small business and startup founders don't have access to affordable legal services or are uncomfortable navigating this space. In the past year alone, the Australian legal sector capital soared to $22 billion in revenue, and the future of the legal tech industry is only just beginning. This is where Virtuoso is here to help. We provide a user-friendly platform where we guide and assist new business owners to produce commonly required legal documentation. Say you've just met the ideal co-founder for your business idea, and you need to create a founder's agreement, but you don't trust the generic search engine template or have the funds to hire a professional. Virtuoso is the middleman in this situation. With a monthly freemium subscription revenue model, we use AI design to provide users with a range of templates and frequently used terms to produce the documents fit for your business needs. Unlike our industry competitors, we eliminate the need for face-to-face interviews with lawyers in the early stages of your business journey, and instead give you the skills and confidence necessary to understand and complete your legal documents. We value our clients and seek to provide frequent educational webinars and resources required for businesses to utilize as they grow. Although our current focus is towards the Australian startup market, there is potential to expand our offering internationally by ensuring the user-friendly platform can be provided in the intended country, like meeting their legal requirements. Through market research, I've identified that only 10% of startups find the current pricing of alternate legal services affordable. Virtuoso seeks to narrow the stigma around legal fees by positioning our services as affordable and accessible to those who need it most. 61% of people surveyed stated they'd be willing to pay more than 30 Australian dollars per month for Virtuoso's platform. And this is just the end of my prototype. Just wait for that one. So, well, what does the next 12 months of Virtuoso look like? We're still currently developing our business model and seek to refine our user experience through further testing procedures. I have a passion for the legal sector and believe I'm the right person to give startup founders the legal support they need. And by June 2022, I would like to have signed 1,500 premium customers. My team currently consists of me, myself, and I. So today I'm asking for introductions to co-founders, a software development team who can bring dreams to reality, and financial support of investors like you. Thanks.
Well done, Sam. Just got that last sentence in there with the 3 minutes. Okay, legal tech. Who would like to ask a question? Any of the judges? Cassie, Juliana, Susanna? Juliana, over to you.
Can you go ahead and just sort of talk about the competitive landscape here? Because I know, Rocket Lawyer, a lot of other, very prominent players in the market, where I find the bigger problems are specific questions that need to be answered, or templates sort of already exist. Okay, definitely. So in terms of providing comprehensive legal advice, there are a lot of firms out there that do offer this service. In Victoria alone, from the market research I've conducted, the average price of legal services for a basic document is like greater than $600. So from a startup perspective, that's out of a lot of everyone's budgets. So where I
I sort of look to jump in is sort of between these free legal templates or basic legal templates, and create this platform where people can use this user-friendly interface to create the documents they need. So there will only be a select offering of templates at this current stage of my model, but there is opportunity to grow and look for affiliates with legal platforms to then sort of provide that more comprehensive service should it be required in the target market.
Perfect. Wonderful, Sam. Well done. All right. It's always hard to be the first cab off the rank for the second half, but you've done it. Getting a lot of love from Geelong on the chat as well. So seems you've got a Geelong fan club here ready to support you. So well done, Sam. Okay. Now we have to the stage, Ryoka. Excellent. I can see you. Hello.
Hello.
And I can hear you even better. So
Hey.
once you're ready, if you want to share your screen. Perfect. And judges, if we're good to go. Yep, nods.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, I'll start sing.
Okay, ready? Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I'm Ryoka, and I'd like to introduce Cannot Be Too Prepared, CBTP. First, I have 2 questions. Are you prepared for natural disasters? And have you ever imagined the situation without using your phone? So this is my problem about an awareness for disaster preparedness. That's because you can't really pick a day just because you're free. And my target market is young adults. That is because they tend to have higher risk of internet addiction, which means they will often rely on online resources. Currently, 60,000 deaths per year are caused by natural disaster, and it's responsible for 0.1% of global death. So this is the solution, to create platform which support disaster preparedness. And my mission is to raise an awareness. Below is my prototype. From left-hand side, it has SOS, contact details, your region, help desk, and first aid support. And next, it will suggest you with the possible disaster risk associated with your region. For example, if you're in Australia, you have bushfire, New Zealand, earthquake, and Singapore, luckily you do not have any major risk of natural disasters. And it comes with hazard map. So it tells you where the emergency shelters are and how you can get there. And next, it will provide you the action you can take during the disasters and what you can prepare for, and other educational content, including AR experience. For the stop checklist, it will provide you what you can prepare for, and also the direct link for the online shopping website, so you can purchase anything as soon as possible. And also the stock list, it will notify you for the expiry date, so you always can up to date for any necessities. And of course, we will notify you with any disasters protection with instruction on what you can do. In addition, we plan to have offline service and also connection to local service and translational functions. Value proposition is to offer educational information for your safety. This is the plan, to get government grants and then sell it to insurance company and city councils for mitigating payout risks and also providing general public safety in return to $10,000. And the plan is to get $2,860 of estimated profit. And I have conducted the market survey, and the result was most people are interested in knowing how they can prepare and protect themselves and their loved ones. So call to action, this is what I want: government grant and the connection to the provider, COO, CTO, and UI designer to form my team. Cannot be too prepared before our Mother Nature. Thank you for listening.
And bang on 3 minutes. Well, it is still 2020, people. I think we all probably need this app because who knows what the last few days of this year holds. Who has a question for Ryoka?
Ryoka, who do you think your customer is? Do you think it's consumers like me, or do you think it's the government?
It eventual customer will be the government or city council, but for the touch point, I will have the older generation and customers. So I'm going to sell the services to them, and then I want to provide the service freely to the customers.
Okay. Well done.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Susanna, Juliana?
Yeah, I can ask. So you mentioned the a specific age group that you're targeting. Wouldn't this be appropriate for anybody? I mean, at the moment, anyone's using a phone.
Oh, yes, oh, sorry.
Why are you targeting just that group? You know.
Eventually, I want to target everyone, of course, because we will get disasters equally. But as the easiest connection to get, I thought the 20 young adults would be the easiest because I have the close connection and I will be in the same age group with them.
Okay, fantastic. Using your contacts and connections to get your first valuable customers across the line. All right, Ryoka, well done. And let's hope that there are no more big disasters before the end of the year 2020. You've still got time. All right, who is up next? I believe we have Fung. Fung to the stage. Thank you, Ryoka. Hello, Fung. I can see you are here. I'm getting some hate on the chat for tempting fate here. I'm sorry. Touch wood. Okay, Fung to the stage. We've got your screen. Perfect. Now, if you just want to turn your camera on as well, we can see you. There you are. Okay, Fung. Wonderful. We'll send it over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Growing up, language barriers and conflicting values have prevented me from bonding with my Vietnamese immigrant family. But now I'm older, I feel a desire to connect with them on a deeper level. So what is keeping me from doing so? Problem. People who come from multicultural backgrounds want to connect with their immigrant families and their heritage, but lack the tools to initiate meaningful conversations due to conflicting cultural values and language barriers. So who does the problem affect? Well, as you can see, a lot of people. Solution: a conversational card game to help multicultural people initiate meaningful conversations with the immigrant families. So how would a card game do this? Well, the questions are designed to encourage people and their immigrant families to share their experiences with culture and heritage, which can lead to them sharing about conflicting cultural values and talk through them, to actually sit down and have a conversation instead of arguments. Unlike most conversational card games that are very generalized and assume that people do not have language barriers, the game has a bilingual language learning component for people to slowly overcome these language barriers together with the families. If they want, they can have a supplementary app where people can note down, what words that they were introduced to through conversation. Questions, they can be translated into different languages and be adjusted to suit cultural differences. So unlike most online content out there that kind of addresses the issue, they only provide advice and just, content, but not the actual tools to actually help people initiate these meaningful conversations. The market potential for this card game is that there has been a high interest of earnest conversational card games and a high popularity of family card and board games. How we will reach out is that we're going to be hiring user testers to test the product and increase more chances of referrals and so on and so forth. And that's our revenue stream. Okay, thank you.
All right, Fung, coming in under the 3 minutes, ready for some questions. Cassie, Susanna, Juliana, is there any questions for Fung?
Cool product, Fung. Why would you have physical cards rather than just using an app to, I guess, have a digital card?
Well, conversations, they require face-to-face contact, and you can't really get that with digital, cards. And from my market and from my experience, like I think older generations, they are not as adept at using a digital app.
Cool. Nice one. Great research.
Fantastic. Well done, Fung. Okay, if there's not any more questions, we might move to the next one. I definitely saw a lot of love on the chat of people that can definitely attest to wanting to connect with their parents who may have been born in other countries. So definitely a lot of people in the chat wanting to purchase your product already. So Fung, thank you so much. If you want to stop your screen share now, we can bring our next contestant to the stage, Kunal, who is here to talk to us about the law. No, more about legal. Kunal, we can see that you've joined us and we can see your screen. Perfect. The National Pro Bono Network Australia. All right. Now, Kunal, if you want to unmute yourself and turn your camera on, we will get ready to go. Okay, thumbs up from the judges. Ready to go, Kunal? Thumbs up. Awesome. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Imagine someone you love came to you with a legal problem. They couldn't afford a lawyer, and in the tough situation, you couldn't give them the legal help they need. What would you tell them? What would you do? In Australia, only very few people can afford a lawyer. And what's frightening is that only the bottom 8% qualify for legal aid. Everyone else are known as the missing middle. And that's the case with Stacey. So Stacey is 27, lives in Melbourne, and is being unfairly dismissed from her work. She can't afford a lawyer, but doesn't fall in that 8%. And sadly, Stacey is not alone. Now, many lawyers are eager to share their knowledge and expertise through pro bono, but the administrative tasks remain a deterrent. There are also 40,000 law students in Australia, most desperate for practical legal training. Now, I am a law student, and I felt this anxiety firsthand, knowing that without their training, I am going to struggle in a competitive job market. Our solution is National Pro Bono Network, a social enterprise that helps provide legal advice 100% free by connecting the people who need legal help with lawyers who want to help pro bono. So here's how it works. Stacey has a legal problem. Our law student manages all the administrative tasks. A lawyer picks up her file and Stacey gets the legal help she needs and avoids financial distress. Our law student gets real-world experience and the lawyer can service more pro bono cases without the administrative load. Now, we pay for this by providing practical legal education to law students. Currently, universities can pay over $5,000 for clinical placements. By using technology to streamline the role of the lawyer, National Pro Bono Network can do this in just half the cost. We've spoken to universities, and they are interested in the opportunity to reduce costs to improve the quality of their law graduates and empower their students to help their community. If we enroll just 5% of law students in Australia, National Pro Bono Network can take up to 40,000 cases each year. That's 40,000 people who can get the legal help they need at no extra cost. The beauty of National Pro Bono Network is that it doesn't rely on government funding or philanthropy in the long run. Universities use existing allocated funds to pay for practical legal education and using that revenue to provide quality, free advice to vulnerable Australians. Our intention is to pilot this in March 2021 with 1 lawyer and 4 students, with the goal to onboard 5 lawyers and 20 students in July 2021. Now, we are asking for introductions to law schools and small and medium law firms in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So I hope that you share our vision of a justice system that works for everyone and that you'll come on the next steps of our journey there. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Kunal, questions. Cassie, Juliana, Susanna, any questions for Kunal?
Got less of a question, but maybe a tip that might save you some time. So my university study was in law as well, and we have a program in New Zealand that's called the Community Law Centre, which is exactly what you're doing. And so presumably it's not in your location, but it could be something that you look into to see what's working well, what's not working so well, so that you can just roll that into whatever you're exploring and potentially save yourself some time.
Thank you.
But it worked really well, I think.
Fantastic, great feedback from Cassie. Any other questions for Kunal?
Yeah, maybe I missed this, but just a quick one. Sorry.
No, of
course. So what are the incentives for like the legal firms and the lawyers to sort of participate? Because I know that you said it was sort of a university mandate and the funds would come from there, but I still feel like the funds are way below the threshold. So
for law firms to get involved, we're offering to help with the administrative tasks. So we're working on a software which uses AI to sort and list pro bonos and target that with lawyers with expertise in those specific areas, which is supposed to take out a lot of the administrative work, which is what we found in our research a major deterrent from lawyers in small firms to taking out pro bono work.
Great, thank you so much for that clarification. Well done, Kunal. All right, can I invite to the stage Harry? I see you there, fantastic. All right, back into the audience, Kunal, you've been demoted. And we have Harry here, we can see you, we can hear you, and all we need is your screen, which is there. See this? Beautiful, smooth, super smooth. Okay, Harry, if the judges are ready, thumbs up or a nod. One more second. All right, let's do it. Cassie, good to go. Excellent. Harry, over to you. 3, 2, 1, go.
As industries accelerate at a rate that tertiary education can no longer keep up with, we see employers shifting away from the necessity of knowledge and a degree towards soft skills, attitude, and culture fit when hiring. However, the gap between what students are learning and what industry requires of their graduates is growing. Despite strong academic results, many graduate employees lack the soft skills to be able to thrive within the workplace. This, along with a lack of training and development opportunities, contributes to entry-level jobs experiencing a turnover rate of 40%. I'm proposing a program that provides participant-driven learning to cohorts of entry-level employees. Our differentiating factor is tailoring our program outcomes to our customer and tailoring our program delivery to the participant. By making our program subjective to the needs of both our customer and user, we hope to deliver an engaging, hands-on, and immersive learning experience. But why do we need to solve this? Currently, a quarter of employers struggle to fill entry-level job vacancies because applicants lack soft skills. The demand for soft skills exceeds supply by 45%, and by 2030, 63% of jobs will be soft skills intensive. We are a B2B business targeting companies that employ 50 or more graduates per year. Within our first year after launch, we hope to run 10 programs. We charge a program participant fee, which is currently based on competitor prices and calculates to be about 15% of what a company would spend when hiring a graduate. By offering a training program to businesses as a support resource, we hope to facilitate participant-driven learning where we can add value by establishing a community among peers and reducing the turnover rate for entry-level jobs, ultimately minimizing the cost, which is currently $11 billion per year for Australian businesses for hiring and training new employees. But this problem space is a huge one and one that I'm deeply passionate about and want to continue to work within. The next steps for Skills of Tomorrow is to validate my hypothesis and build up a team of mentors passionate about educating this area, ultimately pushing towards our vision of implementing soft skills learning in tertiary and K-12 education. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for team members and mentors who have expertise in soft skills and are passionate about education, as well as a mentor within my problem space who can guide me, and a co-founder who is as passionate about this problem as I am and wants to explore it further with me. Thank you.
All right, Harry, well done. Do we have any questions for Harry?
I have a question. So what is defined soft skill? How do you create a curriculum out of something that's, otherwise defined or hard to define?
Yeah, I think this is one of the big issues at the moment. So the way I want to address this is to push for a more scenario-based learning experience rather than, say, a standard assessment curriculum, because the application of soft skills is quite subjective to the different scenarios. These are the soft skills I was basing it on. So for an example, perhaps when teaching, say, leadership and social influence, you place students in a scenario where a team member isn't cooperating, and ask them to work through that specific scenario and apply that soft skill in that scenario, rather than, say, like a exam on what leadership is.
Great answer. Well done, Harry. And I think there's a few people here today practicing stress tolerance and flexibility. So well done, everyone. I think that's all the time we have for questions. So thank you so much, Harry. And I believe we have Casey up to the stage next. So back to the audience with you, Harry. And welcome to Casey. There you are. All right, we can see you. Now we just need to hear you and see your screen, and then we'll be ready to go.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
No problem.
Can you see my presentation?
We absolutely can. Okay, so if our judges are ready, I'll get a nod, a thumbs up. Yep, excellent. And Casey, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
If you let me, I want to take you back to a time that you probably never want to go back to. Picture this. You're back in your health classroom, your teacher is putting a condom on a banana, and you and your friends laugh every time someone says nipples. Some people wouldn't want to go back to their sex education because, let's face it, it was pretty awkward. But for me, I wouldn't want to go back because I was trapped in the closet, feeling totally disenfranchised from the people around me. Like people like me didn't exist, let alone have sexy time. And where other students were represented and were able to ask their teachers questions, my default sex ed teacher was the incognito tab. I wish I knew back then that I wasn't alone. 93% of youth reported that their sex ed did not adequately cover, represent, or even explore queer relationships and identities. Sorry, that is a scary statistic. How do we fix this problem? My name is Casey, and my vision is to develop an online platform for queer youth to be able to have a safe space in sex education. So through both an app and eventually a website, the platform will allow users to ask queer sex ed questions from sexperts and share anonymous stories in a secure and private way. Now, what separates us from competitors specializing in queer support and in sexual health is we understand that the LGBT market is not on one side of the spectrum where users are always able to comfortably and safely access this information. So we focus on creating user-friendly privacy so they feel comfortable no matter where they are in their journey. And these privacy features would look like a quick escape button that closes the tab and erases history, or the ability to change the interface of the platform to look like an email. So whether you're in a conservative household or you're headlining Mardi Gras, there is a safe space for you. There is definitely a demand for this product for the market. 95% of queer youth surveyed felt more comfortable asking the internet questions about sex ed than their teacher. And when doing so, they valued the anonymity and privacy features. So our objective is to fund this initial stages for the project with government funding, which is a proven revenue stream for our competitors. And you may be wondering, how else am I going to sustain this? So we will create a two-pronged market by also providing services and programs for schools and collaborating with organizations. Okay, so personally, I have 20 years experience being a full-time gay person. And my tech co-founder might shoot me if I say how many years experience she has. But our ask is some mentorship, some advisors, some guidance in this space, which is inherently political. Thank you.
Oh, I'm loving all the firsts for today. And to have a slide that says a full-time gay person is just amazing. Well done, Casey. Okay, who has some questions? Susanna, Juliana, Cassie, any questions for Casey?
Gently.
Yeah. Any questions? I'm going to throw.
That's okay.
Cassie, over to you.
Is there any risks associated with having a site like this? You know, do you have to be responsible for the advice being given through it, or how are you going to protect your users? Yeah,
absolutely. When like our target market is, so you learn like in Australia, like the bulk of your sex ed from year 7 to 12, or year 7 to 10, sorry. So like 12 to 16. So they're still minors. So you want content to be age appropriate, you want it to not be biased, and you want it to be medically accurate. And that's the problem that they're having, is that they go to the internet as their main source of information and they're bombarded with really medical jargon, and it can be too much. So there definitely is a responsibility, and that's where we have the credibility, I suppose, from sexperts coming in, and we also word it in a way that is relevant to the market. So through our market research, we realized that kids these age don't really respond well to, don't do this or you will get this, don't do this or you will get this. If you mention things like WAP, they respond a lot better and they feel engaged, and this awkward or taboo topic for some people can be really engaging and fun and a conversation that's important to have.
Great. That's our 5 minutes up of presentation and question time. So thank you so much, Casey. Back into the audience with you, and congratulations. We have Envira coming to the stage now. Envira, there we go. Also, another first, the first time someone has said WAP on a HEXy afternoon presentation. So it's a day of firsts. Absolutely love it.
Oh, where's my picture?
All right, and we do have your screen, and we do have your sound, but we just need to see you now. Got beautiful Mount Fuji there.
I've got the Tokyo background on. So funny.
Oh, it's perfect. It's lovely. The cherry blossoms actually surround your face perfectly. So, and I always love seeing a HEXy tee with a smart blazer too. So great. All right, Envira, if you're ready to go, and if judges nod, thumbs up. Yeah, good. Over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Envira, and I want to ask you all a question. I want you guys to all take a back seat and reflect back to your high school experience. Now I'm going to ask 3 questions, and I want you to rate how you felt and put your hand up if you believe it. So, did you really have an inspiring education experience? Were you really aware of your skills? And did you really find the content that you were learning relevant? Now, I can't really see anyone's hands because of Zoom, but you guys have done a beautiful thing, hopefully, and have actually confirmed that we have a big issue in our public school sector and across school sectors, but specifically in New South Wales, where students are not engaged with their education. They're not finding it inspiring, they're not finding it relevant, and they're not even aware of their own skills and capabilities most of the time. Now, to further validate this, a 2017 report found that almost half of the Australian students are disengaged in the classroom. So what do I propose? I propose a digital platform that allows students to independently map their learning process from year 6 to 12. And now, I know the education space is a big problem, and there isn't going to be a really massive solution around it. But what we want to do is put an intervention. And an intervention is important because it will allow students to be able to inspire purpose, to inspire relevance, and inspire awareness. And our mission here at iSpire is to where all students wake up going to school feeling inspired to do their best and not following someone else's idea of what best looks like. So I want to introduce you to the iSpire app, which is connecting students to their bigger picture. Now, this app has 3 main focuses. The homepage details the students' skills and it details the curriculum and it details the longer term vision of the student. So firstly, the first page is like they want to know the skills. The second one is we can connect what they're learning to what's relevant in the curriculum for them. And then we explore. The explore part is where we get students to think about and explore what options they have after school. Now, why is this an important time? This is a really important time because the growth in the edtech industry is 2.5 times from 2019 to 2025. There's a 7.3 trillion global market in education, but it's also a 5.2 digital expenditure rate. We also have a 366 million investment by the New South Wales government recently into education technology. But our competitors are really interesting because we have tools for teachers, but we don't have tools for students. So we might have tools for resources and learning management strategies, but we don't actually have a tool for a student to track their progress. That's specific to the curriculum. The reason why I'm interested in this is I'm a student. I've been through the system. I work with kids who work in low socioeconomic schools, and I study social science and user experience design. What I'm looking for is a mentor, an education tech contact, or Australian government contact, or any other interested parties.
Okay.
Thank you, and I'm open to feedback and questions.
Always got the last couple of sentences in there. Well done. Okay, so Envira, do we have any questions from the judges? A lot of EdTech coming to the forefront. There might be a little bit of an issue and a disconnect in future generations with education. It's an exciting space to be in. Juliana, Susanna, do you have any questions for Envira or Cassie? Juliana, do you want to go first?
Sorry. Thanks, Jack. So just in regard to, the business model, how are you looking again? Because I think we're seeing a lot of like community-based solutions, which are, sort of harder on the end of the spectrum to monetize. So after you sort of, have these like sort of to help connect and inspire, do you have any other product lines, ideas that you can sort of implement once you have the community? Sort of where are you thinking about this beyond just the platform?
I think that's a great question because I know that the education space is not, we need a systematic reform, basically. It's unequitable. So what I'm trying to do with this app is to try to generate autonomy and a movement from the student end instead of the teacher, parent, school end. And from students trying to become more aware and trying to develop their own connection with the curriculum, we can generate some sort of movement within there. And then this can go into more like changing the curriculum or other kind of products around it. But this is more like trying to create just an awareness within the students for a movement later on.
Okay, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much, Envira. And now can I please welcome Angie to the stage? So Angie, there she is. Thank you, Envira. Back into the audience. We are running a couple of minutes behind, but hopefully we only have a few more to go through. So we're now getting to the pointy end. Angie, if you would like to share your screen when you are ready, and also put on your camera. And I see that one of our judges is having a few camera issues, but you're still there. You can still hear us, so we'll still keep plowing through.
Just give me a second and try to figure out what happened.
No worries, Angie.
Nope, that's not what it is. So how do we do this?
Okay, how are we doing, Angie?
Second. Okay. Oh. No. So is it this one?
All right, it's share screen, and then we can hear you, but we'll also have your video on if we can, please.
Yes. I think it should be this one.
Perfect. There we go.
What screen are you able to see?
So we can see your full screen, so you just need to press present.
Okay, cool. Are you able to see that now?
Absolutely, that's perfect. Now, if you'd like to just also press your camera button, we can get moving.
Sorry, it's just that I'm having a little bit of, okay, camera, there we go.
Oh.
Is it on? Ah,
there we go. Hi, Angie, nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you, everybody. Nice to meet you.
So now that we're ready, we will start you off in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, my name is Angie and I am the founder of Lovely Me. I am on a mission to change the way we take care of our skin. After this presentation, I assure you that you will take either one of two actions. One, if you have never used a skincare product before, you will consider using one now. And two, if you use too many products, you will think twice about them. So let me tell you a couple of facts. There's 8 billion people on the planet and each one of them has a different skin type. There's 25,000 skincare products in existence, and every month a brand launches at least one new product. On average, a woman uses $225,000 American dollars on skincare alone. That's excluding dermatologists and beauticians. Throughout her life, a person uses 3 skincare products per day. That's excluding sunscreen throughout the day. So, why do you need to use good skincare? Well, your skin is your largest protection barrier against infections. As you age, your skin becomes thinner, weaker, and needs extra help, especially against the sun and pollution. Did you know that Australia has one of the highest rates of skin cancer in the world due to sun radiation? That can be prevented with good sunscreen. Besides, we all want to look good. No wrinkles, youthful, and strong skin. After all, prevention is better than correction. Goodbye, surgeries. All right, you know you need good skincare. Where do you start? What you see right now is just the tip of the iceberg. Can you answer any of these questions? How about your skin type? How old are you? And the list goes on and on. On top of that, your skin will react differently to different ingredients. Guess what? Now you need to know about ingredients. But then who do you trust? See, finding your soulmate sounds better. So with so many choices available in the market, you will choose actually the first product you see. But hang on, that product is too expensive. Better go for the cheaper option. And you still don't know if that's the right fit for you. And finally, who do you trust? The influencer? Your aunt who's crazy about coconut oil? I don't think so. But that's okay. We have the right fit for you. I introduce you personalized skincare at your doorstep. The right product that your skin needs at your fingertips. Save money and time. Goodbye trial and journey error. And receive ongoing expert advice. So how does it work? Once you enter our website, you will get access to a questionnaire that we will then provide you instant feedback, and then you will have access to our library skin. This is a feed of your library skin. You will have cool features like, for example, as being able to see real changes in your skin by taking unfiltered pictures of your beautiful you. Want to receive feedback? Amazing! You will get receiving feedback from our experts, plus product recommendations. See our curated content and how we give back to the community. And my favorite product so far? You have access to your product history, the ones you have bought and you're using, in just one place. But that's not the end of all. We also are planning to send you a specially customized skin test, for example, moisture skins, so you know how the environment works on you. And all of these for the affordable price of $25. So what do we need? At the moment, we actually need network advice, expert connections, and technical advice for machine learning and artificial intelligence. In the future, we would need help with co-founding, network for skin manufacturing as well. Thank you for your time, and thank you for giving the love your skin needs.
Okay, Angie, what beautiful looking slides there. And I know I could definitely use some skin products too. From our judges, do you have any questions for Angie? Susanna, Juliana, Susanna, I see you've.
Obviously this is really good. My question is, so when someone then discovers what they need for the skin, who do you refer them to? Do you have affiliation with product companies?
So yes, so immediately what we have is a create affiliation curated companies with manufacturers, pharmacists, and different companies. We vet the products, we make sure that they are actually what they are supposed to be, and then we provide them with expert advice that is hired in-house.
Right, so you independently test those products and
yes.
Okay.
We also independently test them and we make sure that they are what they promise to be.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, Angie, ray of sunshine. Thank you so much. I think that's what we have time for today. So if you would like to stop sharing screen, we will invite Alex up to the stage next. Thank you so much, Angie, and hello, Alex. So we are on the final two. So given the fact that Alex is up next, Peter, you are lucky last after this, so get ready. Alex, we can see you and we can hear you. And if you want to share your screen, then we can see what you've got for us.
Is that all working?
Perfect, looking good. Judges, ready? All right, gladiators, ready. I mean, Alex, ready. Okay, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
How well do you think healthcare staff should be using personal protective equipment like masks, gowns, and gloves in a hospital emergency department? I was hoping for like 95% compliance or 99%. Well, how about 30%? This was the PPE compliance figure that one of the doctors I've interviewed said was being reported in the ED where he was working during a global pandemic. I feel strongly about this issue as well because I observed a similar lack of clarity around PPE use when I was working as a PPE observer at a hospital, even after staff members there contracted COVID-19 due to PPE breaches. Avoidable incorrect usage of PPE in healthcare settings places staff, their patients, and their families at risk of serious infections like COVID, influenza, gastro, and Clostridium difficile, just to name a few. Extra observers, often trained nurses diverted from working on the wards, can cost a health service around $500,000 each year. They don't provide comprehensive audit data, and they are an infection risk in themselves. But fear no more. I'm introducing Equipped. It's a tablet device that can be mounted on a PPE trolley or a hospital banister, which will bring computer vision technology with automatic real-time feedback for PPE usage into a healthcare setting. At Equipped, our device gives healthcare workers visual feedback on their PPE fitting in real time. For example, as the user takes off their PPE, they will see themselves with red augmented reality filters, reminding them of contamination risks, as well as clear instructional tips to bring clarity to a confusing process. This technology will collect data for audits on the PPE use, which infection control teams can access in an online dashboard, which will improve reporting and targeted training in their organizations. We estimate that most hospitals would use these devices at a rate of 1 for every 30 beds, and an average aged care home would need 3 to 5 devices. But it doesn't stop there. Respiratory clinics, medi-hotels, and paramedics could all be safer by using our technology. We plan to sell these devices outright with an ongoing monthly subscription fee for access to the online dashboard and software updates. We will expand quickly, starting with our obtainable market of 120 sales by equipping Peninsula Health and Japara Aged Care Homes, who we've been in conversations with this week. Our revenue will grow exponentially as we expand across Australia and then target the global top 500 hospitals in the next decade. At Equipped, we strive to provide real-time clarity about PPE for healthcare staff, data transparency to allow for healthcare organizations, and most importantly, we will reduce infections and save lives. I'm here today to ask you for connections to a technical co-founder with experience in computer vision software development and a passion for improving health and safety outcomes. As a future doctor, engineering student, and a PPE spotter, I have the vision and medical knowledge to drive this innovation and save lives. Thank you.
Well done, Alex. So not only were you just under 3 minutes, which is perfect, but you've also now petrified me that there's only a 30% PPE compliance rate. So well done. Do we have any questions? Cassie, Susanna, Juliana, as you know, Juliana's coming in from Singapore right now, and we have Cassie over in New Zealand and Susanna in Melbourne, all that have had their own COVID-19 issues. So questions, please.
I think it's a super cool solution. And I think, one of those things, especially associated with this, is how much money you're saving, hospitals and these programs that have to go through massive disaster sort of savings. Sort of what's the protocol for using the technology? Is it just for the workers? Is it for the patients? How often are they supposed to go in front of this, the platform to screen what's, high risk, what's not? Is it a feasible solution for the execution of the problem if they have to constantly be in? How does it work mostly?
Sure. So essentially, a hospital would have these they're a sort of tablet device that can be moved from bed to bed, and it would be used for any staff entering or exiting a room where the patient is under what's called either contact precautions or droplet precautions. There are different sort of tiers of what PPE is required to be used. And our device, like starting off with, for example, droplet precautions, because that's what's sort of in our minds at the moment with COVID, we would have the doffing procedure set up. But ultimately, as we improve and do software updates, you would be able to select the different precaution levels on the device and just use it for any infectious diseases patients. But yeah, it's primarily targeted at the healthcare workers walking into the room rather than the patients themselves who, as infectious patients, should be isolating in their room anyway.
All right, we've hit time. Well done, Alex. What a perfect time to be bringing this to market as well. So now we are down to our final 5.1, soon to be HEXI. We have Peter, who will be having a chat to us about the beautiful world of art. So Peter, we can see your screen, which is perfect. Just let us know when you're ready to go. And this is the final presentation.
Here we go. Well done, everyone, before I begin. Amazing.
And you're coming in from New Zealand as well, maybe hoping to, grab some favor from our New Zealand judge.
One moment.
We have been all over APAC in the last couple of weeks with our backgrounds as well.
What a classic.
All right, Peter. If you're ready to go, judges, are you ready? Awesome. Final presentation. Peter, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
People want to support artists, but buying art can be expensive, time-consuming, intimidating, and it can be hard to know where to start. Galleries need to be more competitive, and they struggle to access consumer data on limited budgets. Art Home is a comprehensive art directory and purchasing platform that allows users to easily explore affordable art across galleries, develop profiles, and test artwork in their own home through AR. Art Home empowers commercial galleries to reach broader audiences, gather data, reduce administration costs through streamlined software. And Art Home allows galleries to be competitive amidst the rising popularity of D2C online art marketplaces. So you can search by style, mood, size, and price, get inspired, chat to gallerists, and view price breakdowns. Our AR lets users test the spatial and aesthetic suitability of artwork in their own home first. For galleries, they can use a drag and drop editor to design their profiles, receive insight into customers through Mixpanel, and use Rec2Me to digitally suggest related artworks to users according to their interests. Art Home is a subscription-based software starting at $49 per month for essential access, up until $199 for the most comprehensive audience metrics. Our journey at Art Home is in its first stage, with its sights on expanding globally after gaining retention and advocacy rates locally. So the global art market is significant, and although Australia takes up a small slice of the pie, we're the perfect testing ground to launch Art Home and begin innovating the cultural sector. More new buyers are entering the art market for the first time online. And only 6 out of more than 100 Melbourne galleries subscribe to Artsy, our main competitor, which asks for $12,000 a year. Direct-to-consumer marketplaces in art undercuts the industry by taking galleries out of the equation. Galleries are key to the arts because their representation of artists means security, professional development, and ongoing support. Without them, artists have to pay to play. Most commercial galleries in Australia have work priced in the same range as the Affordable Art Fair. And we want to let the world know that there is affordable art to be bought through galleries, and everything you need is at Art Home. My name is Peter Petrakis. I'm a practicing artist in Melbourne with a passion for capacity building in the creative sector. I noticed more and more artists with marketable arts practices not being supported by the market and desperate for public funding. Speaking with gallerists, artists, and prospective buyers, it became clear to me that business innovation for commercial galleries is key. So Today, I'm asking for 3 industry contacts to assist my search for a co-founder and to build my team to acquire more knowledge in tech and software development.
3 minutes. You've done it. We're done. Well done, everyone. Okay, a question for Peter, please. Cassie, Susanna, Juliana, who would like to ask Peter a question? Otherwise, I will throw Susanna. Over to you.
Just quickly, who's the subscription fee for? The galleries. For the galleries, and do you make any money on the sale?
Well, that is an option, but I think that it would have to be staggered. So as we develop a really big community, then there would be more incentive. But at first, I think it's about getting as many good galleries on board and just focusing on the subscription base. And then based on how many purchases they're making through the platform, there's definitely space to have a small commission on top of that.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I think that's it. Well done, Peter. Back into the audience. And our judges, I'm about to put a link into the chat. If you could click on it, it will take us to another room. I understand we've gone a couple of minutes over, and I'm really sorry about that. We did have a couple of technical issues starting at the beginning, but it shouldn't take us too long to figure out who the winner of the HEX 5.1 demo day is. So in the chat to the panelists, there is a Zoom room here. And there it is. So if you want to click through, for everyone else, stay put. I'm sure Matt will probably play some sort of wonderful music, maybe the Hong Kong song, or just the demo day hold music. Everyone else, stay here. Judges, head into the Zoom, and we will see you shortly. bringing it back. Wow, we did it. Congratulations to HEX 5.1. You've done it. So after one hell of a year and an absolutely amazing 2 weeks, we're incredibly proud to welcome a new cohort into becoming Hexies. But enough from me. I'm going to hand straight over to our CEO and founder of the Hacker Exchange, Jeanette Chia, if you'd like to say hi and welcome to everyone.
Hi and welcome to everyone. I have been lurking here on the chat this entire time and watching all of your incredible outcomes. Team, I'm super impressed. That was absolutely fantastic. And our judges, you can speak for yourselves, judges, in a moment, but just an incredible level of diversity in ideas, social impact focus. Each one of you, I could tell, brought your authentic selves to your problem, whether that included doing something that was huge and world-changing, whether that included doing something that was going to improve and delight the lives of millions, or whether you decided you just wanted to write a book and you didn't like tech, which is totally, totally cool. Susanna and Juliana, I'm going to pass to you just for like a one-liner from each one of you. Give us a bit of a wrap with your opinions, and then we're going to get straight into the winner announcement. Susanna, would you like to go first?
Yes, look, it was an amazing experience this time. And as you said, the diversity was just amazing. Some of those were very close to, I sort of related to them really closely. And it was very hard to judge in general because of the diversity. But yeah, well done. And please keep your dreams up and continue, whether you're a winner or not, just continue with those ideas, because I think they all got potential.
Awesome. Juliana, would you like to say a word or two?
Absolutely. And again, obviously Jeanette and Jack, amazing job as usual. I think this cohort in specifics was very community-based, a lot of impact. I think it varied from very traditional other programs, which is quite cool just to see the diversity of ideas. If any of you guys are, actively fundraising and are working on community-based solutions, I'd say, really take a focus and think about, other product lines that you can sort of branch out into and, really paint the picture to show that, you're not just another LinkedIn group, you're not just another Facebook community, and really go for that approach. And on the flip side of that also, if you are, on the regular side of the tech or a traditional product team, really focus on the operational side and your unit economics. And as always, I really encourage anybody who's actually doing this to always reach out to me. Not on LinkedIn though, a lot of messages are unread, but if I'm sure Jeanette and Jack can pass you my email. So always happy to hear from you guys also.
Yeah, absolutely. And get in contact with us. And also one of our judges did have to run as well, but Cassie definitely sent her best to all of you. She was incredibly happy with the standard of pitches and the ideas that came through today. So she sends her absolute best to everyone. Jeanette.
Thanks, Jack. So this was awesome. I want to, before we do the actual prize announcements, can everyone jump on the chat and send a little bit of love to both Jack and Matt, who have done an incredible job moderating this session, as well as the last 2 weeks, or the late nights, the early mornings, all that kind of incredible stuff. We'll do a proper love-in later this afternoon, but even just producing 2 hours worth of this was a lot of work. So well done, you guys. Super smooth as always. Now we, part of the reason we do this is because we know we're going to have businesses potentially launch that will change the world. You've just had a direct invitation from someone who's going to help you raise capital if that is what is in your future. So do not hesitate to take her up on that. She's serious. I want Juliana's inbox flooded with people that actually want to build these businesses and make them real. And we have a few little prizes for you guys, just to say congratulations to our top scores. And I want to say, the difference between all of your scores is very, very minute. So excellent quality of work all round. And particularly in second and third place, it's only 1 point separating the two of you. So let's get to it. Coming up in third place today, so a bit of a drum roll. Congratulations, Casey, founder of Gateway. Casey, thank you so much for the work and the research and the passion you brought to Gateway and for pitching that for us today. So congratulations, Casey, for coming third. Are we bringing them up?
Yeah, here's Casey. Hi.
You're kidding.
Not kidding. In second place, it is my absolute pleasure to congratulate the intelligent and focused and just incredible Alex, founder of Equipped, protecting medical workers with their PPE and with a really just sharp business model. So congratulations, Alex. Loving that medtech coming to the fore. So thank you for all the work you've done there, and thank goodness we've got people like you looking out for us, future health and safety. Congratulations. And our number one spot today, this is pretty unanimous from our judges, and the numbers speak for themselves, but I would like to continue the medtech trend and congratulate Steph, founder of Arula, who is supporting women to bring back their dignity after suffering breast cancer. So Steph, join us on the stage. I swear we didn't mean to have an entirely female Zoom right now, but this is actually the first time this has ever happened. So I
was about to say, this is the first time. Not only have we had a female panel, but all winners as well. I'm just absolutely astonished. So well done, ladies. I would love to take a photo to celebrate this occasion if we can. So, all right, we'll get ready. I'm guessing Matt's going to take it. He always lurks in the background taking screenshots anyway. So. We'll just count it down into 3, 2, and bring the flag back up, Casey. Come on. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to assure that
posing on Zoom. I do want to just say what you have won. It's just a little token from us to start, but second and third place, treat yourself to something nice. We're going to send you an Amazon gift card, $50 each, just a little bit of a token. And Steph, yours is 100, so you can buy. Maybe you can buy some skincare from some skincare startup. I don't know. There might have been one that I've heard of recently.
I've heard there's a good book being released too. So
yeah,
I don't know if you
just wait until that book gets released and save your gift card for Amazon. Yeah. But everybody, every single one of you, we will be giving you the judges' verbatim feedback because they were writing notes throughout this. So don't worry, you will get comments and feedback from the judges as well as from myself, Jack, and Matt. All of your hard work is absolutely appreciated, and you should be so incredibly proud of yourselves. And I wish I could just share with you the buzz that I feel when I see the work that you guys do. So on behalf of Hacker Exchange, thank you again for being part of it. And I look forward to seeing you all this afternoon for a bit of a retro. Thanks, Jack. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for Jeanette, and well done to our winners today. What a huge couple of weeks. And another shout out to our program leader, our dear leader for the past 2 weeks, Matt. I know that you are there behind. There he is. Hi, Matt.
We should do one more photo with Matt. One more photo with Matt.
One more photo with Matt. Okay, you're going to take it, Matt. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
All right, well done, everyone. I'm going to be seeing the HEX. I can officially call you Hexies now, I think. Woo. The 5.1 Hexies back in our normal Zoom room. Will be there in just about 5 minutes. So take 5 minutes, have a stretch, grab a glass of water, grab a glass of wine, grab a beer. Who knows what time zone we're in? It's 2020. It's COVID. Go nuts. So let's grab a glass of wine. I'll see everyone back into our normal Zoom room. And thank you once again to our amazing judges. Thank you for spending the last 2.5 hours with us, giving us feedback and support. You're amazing friends of the Hacker Exchange, and we really, really appreciate you helping the next generation of leaders and founders. So that's it. We're finished. Demo day is done. 5.1, last one for the year.
Bye.
Woo. Okay, well, we should play the Hong Kong song. What do you reckon? For this. All right, well done, everyone. We'll see you in the Zoom room. Thank you, Susanna. Thanks, Juliana. Well done, Steph. Congratulations.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
That's it. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you want to find out more, come to hacker.exchange. That's it. Have a good day. We'll see you soon. Have a good night. Farewell. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh my God, bye.